Hey BrewTubers, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed that little cool pouring clip that I attempted to attempted to film, I should say. I'll try to perfect that for future intros, but my IPA, my Nectar of the Vine, has been on tap since like towards the end of November, so it's like 2.5 months now, or a little more than that. It's still tasting and smelling pretty good. And still nice and citrusy, not too sweet. But I did bottle a bomber of it that I was going to send out to Mike Dean of the Dean's List. And I'm lucky I didn't send it to him, because it wasn't tasting nearly as good as this, as the on-tap version. I think after watching Tony Yates' video, where he compared his version and Grant Baker's version with the original Supercharger, that he took a little from right off the keg, and he liked that more than the bottled version, which had been bottled and left, from a couple weeks earlier. So I guess if you're kegging IPAs or hoppy beers in general, and then you bottle from the keg, you should, and you want to give it to people, you should send it to them and have them drink it right away, so they can really taste what you got out of the beer from the keg. So cheers to that. Especially because it's beer after 2.5 months or more, still tasting pretty good. So the real purpose for this Homebrew Wednesday, because I don't have a ton of updates on the beers from last week because they're still fermenting, I'll just mention briefly, as you saw at the end of last week's Homebrew Wednesday, I added Saison yeast to the dark sour, which I haven't given an official name yet, because it's a totally new beer, because with the original Fruits of My Labor Dark Saison, I just added dregs to that, the same Saison yeast as the main batch. In this case, though, I pitched the slurry, the sour slurry, and then a different Saison strain, so I have to give it a new name. But it did ferment well once I added the Saison yeast, as you saw, and I bought some oak spirals for it, so I have a lot of ideas that I'm working, but I haven't made any final decisions on it. And then the Birat Habayit, or Belgian house beer, is still still in primary also, and I've just let it free rise after the first couple of days of fermentation. So I'm going to give it until this Sunday, which will be the 2-week mark, to really take a gravity sample and see if I need to rouse the yeast and keep it another week at a high temperature or what, especially with all the mash temp issues. I'm just trying to be as patient with it so I don't panic. But the main topic of this week's Homebrew Wednesday is I finally got off beveragefactory.com 2 more Perlick faucets, which I have all the parts for in this bag, and then I got the shanks because I bought it as a combo pack, and then I also got the beverage line, but I just like what I have now in the keezer, so you can pull this apart. Oh, yeah, I have the swivel nut on the bottom, so you can buy this with the clamp already on. I hope the camera can focus, but you can buy it with the clamp already on and the swivel nut to attach to the quick disconnect for the beer outline, and you don't have to worry about putting on a hose clamp and figuring it out yourself. I've just found this to be easier, and then the one tool that will make this whole process easier beyond my usual multi-purpose wrench is I have a faucet wrench, so it'll be easier to tighten the faucets on. So, because I don't think I filmed my installation of the first 2, I figured I'd try to film the last 2. So, let's go ahead and do that. I'll try to film it in the best way possible so you can get a good view. And yeah, and then you could let me know what you think afterwards of how I filmed it. But also, one last thing before I cheers you out to that footage, is that I'm I'm now finally taking the steps to install a fan, computer fan in my keezer to circulate the air, just to make the difference between the bottom half of the keezer and the top half more equal. So I just have to buy. I got a fan. I took it using an old cell phone charger as a power source, and I was testing it out the other night, so I know it works. And I just need to get hinges and screws and stuff to mount it to the collar. So once I get that done, hopefully in the next week or so, then it'll be part of another Homebrew Wednesday video. So cheers, and I hope you enjoy me installing my last two faucets.
I need to change my shape. I'd like to borrow a Superman's cape. I try to enjoy, I buy a new toy. Man, oh man, I miss being a boy. But there ain't no cure to being immature.